And I want you to challenge yourself on your thinking and look at how you think and go, do I do that? Forever and ever circumstances looking at us in the face saying, I can do it, I can't do it. If you're thinking you can't and you won't get the job, you won't. Hello, everyone. How are you? Happy Thursday. My name is Catherine Arkema, and I'm going to be your host for today's talk. I'm sorry if you hear my dogs doing Royal Rumble in the background. I literally just let them in, and they decided that they would just have a wrestle match out there. So real life, I love it. So I'm your host, Catherine Arkema, and I'm here to help you with your mindset. That is what I do. I'm a mindset coach. I work with the famous Bob Proctor as one of his consultants, and I help take people on a journey through understanding their mindset and how they can better to take control of their lives, because this stuff is not taught in school. The way we think is not, we're taught to learn, we are taught education, but we are not taught about how our thoughts actually show up in our lives as the things we manifest. You know, our fears, our dreams, those are the things that become our reality. And so if we don't deeply understand and control over what it is we're thinking, we can definitely become victims to circumstance. Circumstance is staring us in the face constantly. Forever and ever circumstances looking at us in the face saying, I can do it, I can't do it. The bank account's not enough. I don't have enough education. I'm not loved enough. My body image isn't correct. We are constantly looking for the proof of things in our circumstances, of how we can. But actually the proof starts within us. It starts with our thinking first. And when we can take that thinking and we can use our incredible skills and tools that we've been gifted with to create new images, new thoughts, new perceptions with our thinking, gain control, use our will, we can start seeing our circumstances shift to something that we want rather than something that is currently showing up. And let me tell you, the reason why it's currently showing up and continues to currently show up is because it's what you're focused on. Let me repeat that again. Why your circumstances continue to show up the way they're showing up, why things haven't changed, is because your thoughts are focused on your current circumstances. You get more of what you think about. So right now, if your business isn't growing the way you had hoped, and you're constantly looking at the revenue, return on investment, or maybe it's your bank account, or maybe it's the bill load, or the lack of calls you've got scheduled. What is it? And you're focused on it. It causes stress, right? It causes you to become anxious and fearful and doubt and worry. And the more you just keep looking at it, it's like, it's the deer in the headlights. It's like driving past a car wreckage. You're like, I just can't help it. I can't help but stare at it. I can't help but look. Or you go into total avoidance and you run from it like fear. You're like, I don't want to do the banking because it's horrible. But the whole time you think, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. There's just not enough. There's just not enough. There's just not enough. And so our thinking makes it so. Our thinking actually, through the law of vibration, brings us more of what we're focused on. You see, our thoughts, they become what we emotionally are attached to. So that fear, that doubt, that worry. And that internalized sets up a vibration in your body, which we call feelings. It's just a word used to describe the vibrational level that's in your body. And yes, you and everything around us are vibrating at a certain speed. All of our cells, everything is vibrating. And we attract what we are in vibrational harmony with. And your thoughts set up a vibration within your body that attract more of the same to us. You ever go to science class, high school, and you learn about the law of attraction, and you can see the little molecules, and when they were vibrating at the same speed, they come together? Or maybe you've seen it where they do the music, and all these little beads, they start making these patterns and they start coming together or separating. Oil and water separate. Water and water come together. 2 drops of water together will come together. Well, that is you. Your body is in a vibrational state. So all this talk about manifestation, well, that's what it is. It's just what we're in harmony with. People that have a really high vibration and really big faith and belief in something, that it'll happen, it shows up. Why? Because their vibrational state is on a higher level, and so they start attracting to them on that harmony that they're in harmony with, to them. It starts bringing it in. So let's talk about this in the standpoint of fear and doubt, because there's so much of that going on right now. And how do we just stop it? First of all, I want you to understand that it starts in your thinking mind. So you have 2 parts to your mind, your conscious, your subconscious. If you've been watching me for any length of time, I'm going to tell you this every single week. You have 2 parts to your mind. Your conscious mind, which is your thinking mind, it only thinks and takes in information. And your emotional mind, it cannot reject. It only takes in things that you are emotionally connected with. This is where your feelings live. The word feelings, once again, only a word to describe the vibrational state we're in. And there's tons of vibrational states, from really low, being depressed, to extremely high, like gratitude. And that's why you hear people say, find gratitude in everything, because it can shift your vibrational state. You cannot be thinking of 2 things at once. You can only be focused on one thing at once. You may think you have a lot of stuff going around in your mind, but if you actually think about that, you're just jumping from one thought to another. You're not actually holding 2 thoughts at the same time. So when somebody says to you, go to gratitude, it's because it breaks you from the fear, the doubt, the worry, and it focuses your attention on positive. And when we are on positive, we shift the emotional state within our body, and we can start attracting on a higher level better things to us. People who practice gratitude over fear, doubt, and worry, you'll see their lives transform. You'll see things start to change for them. You'll see their attitude change. You'll see just the way they carry themselves, the belief, everything about them, when they truly practice gratitude, will shift, because they put themselves on a higher level of vibration. Gratitude is the highest level of vibration. You're in thankfulness for all that you have. So when we're in fear, doubt, and worry, we don't know what's coming next. We're afraid of the circumstances. I don't know where it's going to come from. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And this is just lack of knowledge. Bob talks about it as being ignorance, and not ignorance as in you are rude. Ignorance is we just don't know. I'm ignorant in a whole bunch of things, things that I don't know. I couldn't go to my husband's job. I'm ignorant in that. I don't know it. I can't do what he does, nor do I want to. So I stay ignorant in that. Ignorance is when we just don't know. We don't understand that the opposite to fear and doubt and worry is faith and belief and gratitude. See, when we stay in doubt, when we stay there, I want to tell you what happens. You first create a thought. This is for some of you who this is new to, this may sound strange, but there is energy all around you, and your mind literally creates thoughts from the energy. You can just pluck it out. Have you ever said to yourself, that thought just popped into my head? We call it thinking stuff. The thinking stuff is all around us. And when we pull in that thought, when we create a thought out of energy, we can think, oh no, something's going to happen. Okay, so maybe you got a big bill and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with this? Or maybe somebody in your business or your organization left. And you're like, what am I going to do? So you either can go to the positive, or you can go to the negative. And for every negative, there is an equal positive. Yet our perception is just not there yet. Our awareness is not there to perceive the positive. We just are so trained to stay stuck. We are so trained to continue to look for the doubt because it just feeds what we know on a cellular level in our body. Our body is used to always being in this vibrational state of worry, doubt, and fear. And so it just continues, now get this, to look for more fear, doubt, and worry. To look for more fear, doubt, and worry. It doesn't look for the positive. It's not looking for the positive. The glass is half empty and will continue to stay half empty. And I want you to challenge yourself on your thinking and look at how you think and go, do I do that? And in what scenarios do I do that? Because maybe you don't do it in certain scenarios, but you do it in others, right? Sometimes we're super confident in this area of our life and we are crazy doubtful in this. A lot of people think I can't do that professionally because I don't have the education or I'm not smart enough or I can't do that. And so doubt, fear, and worry creep up. Maybe there's a promotion at your work and you're like, oh, I can't do it. I don't think I could get it. You apply for the job and you're filled with worry and doubt. You're literally putting up blocks, a vibrational block for you. You're literally saying, no, I don't want this. So what happens? You get more of that. Doubt creates what in our body? It creates the emotion of fear. Doubt turns to fear. And then we start making up all these incredibly vivid, fearful stories. Oh no, if I can't pay this bill, they're going to take my house and I'm going to be out on the street. Let me ask you, has that ever happened? Chances are no. It's extreme circumstances, right? Chances are you're going to go to work even harder to make sure that that's not going to happen. But fear, internalized, turns to anxiety in our body. That's the vibrational state we start shifting in, is anxiety. It's internalized. And then once it's internalized, it's not expressed. Fear is not expressed, it's internalized. We pull it into us. We get quiet, withdrawn. We start to internalize all these fears. We start to internalize all this doubt and it stays in there and it grows and festers and it turns into dis-ease in our body, disease, depression, or other forms, sickness. And we go there. So we need to get a hold of that. And the opposite to doubt and worry and fear is faith and belief. When we gravitate to have faith that everything is going to work out, even if you got to tell yourself that over and over and over again with no proof being present, if you turn your thoughts to a higher vibrational level, because whatever you put out, you are going to attract back to you. You're putting out doubt, you're going to get it back. You're putting out negative, you're going to get it back. You're putting out, I'm not good enough, you're going to get it back. There's not enough people out there, you're going to get it back. I have faith my business will succeed. I have faith that I will be cared for. I have faith in this. When we turn our thoughts to a perspective of positive thinking, and it's hard for us at first, we're not programmed to do this. So let me tell you, I've been there. And the reason why I can sit here and talk to you about it is because I spent 2 years working on myself. I spent 2 years studying Bob's program. And I had fear that I could not mentor and coach anybody. Because what did I know? I couldn't do this for a living. It was my truest desire and passion. But I couldn't do it. Fear kept me in bondage. That's actually what it's called when we're in doubt and worry. It's bondage. That's where we stay. And I was in bondage because I was so afraid that I was not good enough, not capable enough of doing this. But I manifested it because throughout that negative, I just would try to pull myself to the positive. I can do this. And guess what? Here I am today, making more money, doing the thing that I love than I ever did before. And that's not the important part, but the important part is this, that I did it. And the fears that I held against myself were all BS. They weren't true. And that's probably where you're sitting right now. It's all this stuff we make up in our head and we just internalize it. It just creates more. So when you go to faith, and I know this is going to work out, and you start training yourself on thinking the thoughts that you want to think. My team is growing, my business is growing, I am provided for, I am worthy of receiving well. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of good health. When we start focusing our attention on saying those affirmations, we start shifting a feeling in our body. And when we start to shift that feeling in our body, we change the vibrational state we are in and we start attracting on that level. So what happens? A coincidence of somebody bumping into you and, hey, or you know what? You got the job, or whatever it may be that you desire. If you're thinking you can't and you won't get the job, you won't. But if you are sitting there thinking, I know I'll get this job, I know, and you sit there with faith and hope, maybe it's not that one. Maybe that wasn't the one that was meant for you, but there's something there that is coming. It is drawing to you. In fact, the minute you plant the seed, the minute, just like when planting a seed in a garden, when you plant that emotion within your subconscious, it grows and it's going to grow something. So you get to choose. This is where you take back the power. You say, I'm going to live in fear, don't worry, or I'm going to live in faith, belief, and gratitude, and actually watch that show up in life, because those people are the lucky ones, but they're not lucky. They're not lucky at all. They are vibrating and manifesting at a different level. And maybe you don't like the word manifesting. Blessed by God. You fill in the word. It all is what resonates with you. Spirit is everywhere and it is working for you. You don't do the work, it does the work. Your job is to hold the thoughts and the vibrational state. Your job is to have the faith and the belief, to watch it show up, to be in awe of it. So if you want to get out of fear and doubt, you need to shift to positive thinking, even when it's not showing up in your circumstances. You know, when they talk about doing the work, you know, even in the Bible, it says do the work, right? That helps themselves first. What's helping yourself? Helping yourself is the thoughts you hold. It's the belief when nothing else is there. It's watching your circumstances change by changing your thoughts, which change your vibrational state, which attract more goodness to you. It changes your circumstances by changing your life around you. How do you do this? Become aware of what it is you are afraid of, what it is you're holding on to doubt. Most of my clients would say they're afraid of, you know, the pursuit of in their business. So many have money blocks. They're afraid of just, where's it going to come from? It's time to start focusing on that you are worthy of it and it is coming. It is here. You have to see yourself with it. Not that it's you want to see yourself with it already grateful for the gift that has arrived, because the minute you plant that good thought, it has shown up. Universe is in work to make sure it's happening for you. It's in favor of you, not against you, for you. But you choose what it is for. Is it for lack or is it for prosperity? So go to gratitude. You should be gratitude every day. I want 10 things. I know people say 3, no, 10. 5 of what you're currently grateful for right now, and you can find them. Even in the pit, you can find them. And not the same 5 things. I want new things. I want you to search for gratitude, and it doesn't have to be big. It can be like the sun is shining, and that makes me feel so good. When I turn my face to the sun, it feels so warm. It feels incredible. And 5 things in the future that you're grateful for, that you act as if they are here now. Start focusing on a new circumstance. Start focusing on new things. My team is gloriously big. I have an incredible group of leaders that I work with. My bank account is overflowing. I'm driving the car that I've always dreamed of. I lived in the house that I've always dreamed of. I have the love of my life surrounding me. I'm in great health. Those are the circumstances you want to focus on, because that's where you want your life to go. Do not stay in bondage. Free yourself. You'll be in freedom when you can switch your thinking. We have a choice. You have negative or positive. So what is your choice? Over this week, I want you to focus on what it is you want. And even when you feel the doubt, know that it's just a thought you are emotionally connected to. That's it. And if you're emotionally connected to it, then you're vibrationally attracting it. And so you need to shift to a new thought that's going to get you in connection with the things that you desire. Because the more you worry about it, the further away it gets. The things you want, the further away they get. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to hear if you have any comments. Please reach out to me or join my private Facebook group. I have a community where I pour into and I give you mindset tips and tricks. I got a workshop that's coming up where I'll help you with your mindset. And if you're ready to say, I'm ready to go to that next level of coaching, I've been looking for something like this, I'm stuck, then reach out to me. I would love to help you. We can book a clarity call and you can figure out whether or not this is right for you. That's where I was at one point in my life too. I know I've been there. This is Catherine Akima. Bye for now.